37th parallel on America's haunted highway. It's Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.
Chris is dead. Hello and welcome. I am your host, DM Rob, and we're here to run Ghost of Saltmarsh this week. A little housekeeping. The next session of this game will not be going off. We're going to take I guess technically it's a one game hiatus, but it'd be like a month before we get to play again. Because I will not be here at the house. I have to stay in an apartment because we may not have our sewage lines and everything hooked back up. So I got to stay away from here for 2 weeks. So I'm going to miss both D&D games that I'm running in the next session. So everybody gets a bye week, and yeah. So anyway,
So
that's the housekeeping.
17th, March 17th.
Listen, oh my god, yeah, I guess it would be, yeah, because February is 28 days. So yeah, a whole month without D&D for some of y'all. But yeah. So anyway, let's get into who's here, and we'll start with Sean, since he spoke up.
Hey, it's me, player Sean, piloting the soul of Krathi, Seadrifter, everyone's favorite Goliath accidental rip-off arm murderer.
Alrighty, and we got with us Joe, who was the first one here today.
Hello, I am Joe, and it's my turn to be sick this week, so my voice is weird.
I didn't even notice.
Ouch.
Like, well, I mean, he sounded like Joe to me.
My voice is I didn't even notice. Like, your voice is always weird, Joe. Ouch.
If I just apologize in advance for any sneezings. I'll try to mute myself.
Man, isn't sneezing just the best? I love it. I like to sneeze all the time. All right. What's your opinion on sneezing, Chris?
Yes.
All right.
Do what you gotta do. Better out than in.
And what are you playing?
I'm the Chaos Gremlin that is Bonzo.
All right.
Who is still
Preston.
Currently dead.
Yo, what's up, all you cool ghosts and goblins, you Krakatoons and Krakadingos, you Skeletors, Skeleets, and Witchers and Witches, and whatever else you want to be. I'm going to be playing the Tortle Druid, and I leveled up last time, and now I got the ability to talk to the spores that are growing on the back of my shell, and I'm pretty excited for it.
All right, and I think last but not... No, I'm sorry, Nora!
Hi, my name's
Kiz.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Kiz. I'm going to be possessing Nora Vale today. She's a gunslinger with one gun so far.
Better than no guns. You went through half this adventure. All right, and last but not least is Jordan.
Hello, I am playing Bubbo, the Owlin Ranger, but you can call me Strix. If you ever meet Rob in person, ask him how his sewer system got backed up.
No, it's not the sewer system. We just got to have our plumbing taken down off of a wall so we can have some work done in our basement.
Ugh.
Ever you have to tell yourself, Rob.
Hey, Rob, I'll tell you this story. One time I lived out in the country dealing, with septic systems. So,
oh, yes, I know.
Before the wife and I took over this house, and Dad was still alive, he was really old and curmudgeony and couldn't see really well, and there's this really obnoxious fat chipmunk. It was up in the tree in the backyard, and for whatever reason he was like, it's getting up in the attic, it's fucking chewing all the wiring, you gotta get it out. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do about this chipmunk. So he throws the trusty 12-gauge shotgun in my hand and was like out there trying to instruct me on how to use a firearm. I'm like, dude, I already know how to shoot a fucking shotgun. Like, I I go skeet shooting all the time. I got this. Like, shut up. And he's like, man, you know, in Vietnam, blah, blah, blah. So between his bickering and this fat squirrel and my son out there yipping, I clipped the ass end of this chipmunk, and he got up on the roof, and I was thinking, do I do it again? Like, you know, I'm going to put some fucking lead in the roof, and that's not going to be good. So it got down in the exhaust pipe from the sewage system, got stuck down there, and like made his way down. Got stuck down in there. And like a week later, they went to go flush the toilet, and like all the sewage just like backed up and started pouring out. And so we had to like have a guy come out and drain all the lines. And yeah, it sucks.
Well, I will just tell you, we had a lot of rain this weekend, and our septic system is probably near full. So yeah, we had some backup in the basement. Not necessarily sewage, but just like rainwater that came in through the sewer line.
Oh yeah.
And that was a mess I had to clean up this weekend. And it I was up to like 1 a.m. Because we got a bucket underneath our pee trap, and that was collecting it. And so I was literally every 15 to 20 minutes having to take that bucket, take it over, and then pour it down our sump pump to get rid of it all night up to like 1 a.m. And I just finally gave up. So, yeah. But
the joys of owning a home.
Yes. So just remember that, folks. If you want to buy a house, don't.
Yeah.
But then again, who can afford to live in an apartment?
And if you ever decide like you buy a house and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna fucking remodel this thing, also don't. Just don't.
The rest of your entire
Coming,
life.
Yeah.
Coming from the perspective of somebody who had a house and did a bunch of remodeling, I disagree wholeheartedly with both of them. Do it. It's awesome.
Oh my god, dude! Every week I have a fucking project. Like the wife wanted her bathroom redone upstairs. I've been like the last week and a half. I've been putting fucking shiplap up on the walls. I've had to take old tile off. I had to install a new toilet, a new sink. My old ass is going up and down like flights of stairs. Ugh.
I miss it so much.
All right. Yeah, we're here to play D&D. I don't know if we,
House Talk 101.
No, we are playing real life Sims, and we're designing what houses.
We're playing houses and humans.
In a house.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said I live in a house. Yeah.
Oh, you're just a Shrekker. You don't know. You're not in a house. You're confused.
Yeah. So when we last left off, you guys had snuck onto the sea ghost. Not really snuck on. You guys, Bubbo snuck on. He flew on, but everybody else came in the old-fashioned way on a boat. And you guys took it over and found some lizard folks that told you that they had some problems with some hooligans. And they were buying hooligans. Had some problems with some hooligans. Is that Sahagans?
You gotta watch out for those hooligans.
Oh my gosh!
Those young whippersnappers.
I was right the first time. Okay. Stop it, Jordan. Just stop it.
Everybody else was talking. Why is it just Jordan? Fuck you.
Everybody's feisty tonight. So
some hooligans.
The hooligans. So they
So who again?
The lizard folk had purchased some weapons to return to their lizard folk home, and yeah, you guys snuck on and found this out, and they told you about their problem, and you guys offered to take them back home. But that's where we last left off.
Don't forget Ocean Man.
Oh yeah, and Oceanus, the sea elf, was found, and Cup of the Pirate. Cup of the Pirate. Rock pieces of fate. Yeah, and Oceanus has given a life debt to Chris for getting him out of the cage.
And then Nora had that little fucking pet dragon thing. Like they made eye contact. We don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
She's
Don't
like, "It
no
could be.
no don't
I
do
kill a couple.
don't do this to this on this game. You screwed the other game out of owlbears, a snake. You gave us like some crappy poop goblin. Do not know. She gets
Blame Sean for the poop goblin.
she
He
gets that
wanted it,
dragon. She gets that
and now he
dragon.
thinks it's Typhoid Mary. Okay.
Different Sean.
Yeah, different Sean,
Yeah.
not that Sean.
Old man
Like,
Sean.
you had to throw
Old
that
Old
out there.
man
You're like,
Sean.
"You're not confused
Quasga.
with me."
Blame Quasga for that one. And by the way, if you're looking for another D&D game that I run, you can watch us play Fandelver and Below.
But not for another month.
Opposite Mondays.
Well,
That's
no,
not for another month.
Oh, Rob is going to be role playing Sloop for the next one. We're actually going to do a session next week. He's going to be doing it from his basement. It's going to be great. Stay tuned.
Anyway, so you guys find yourself on the Sea Ghost. You have taken it over. You have locked prisoners up in the bilge. And what is y'all's plan now?
I think we were sailing back to Saltmarsh.
Did we discuss as a group the plan to present to the city council on how we're going to keep this ship as our own? We can't sail the seven seas and defeat evil if we don't have our own boat. And we just got to make sure that we got that game plan in place.
I can beg.
I think we can make a pretty good argument.
They can have everything in the hold. We can keep the ship.
Okay? I see what you're doing. I like where you're
Isn't there a
going.
bunch of- Isn't there a bunch of weapons in the hold that we're
We-
supposed to deliver to the lizard folk?
No, the lizard folk have the weapons. In the hold is a whole bunch of
Tapestries.
Actually,
Booze?
the weapons are in the hold. They were bringing the weapons to their home, but they were technically in the hold because it was like 50 weapons of some sort.
Well, we can move the weapons to the secret room. So if they come aboard the ship and look at what is on it.
I mean, I think that might not be a bad idea. We go ahead and shove all the weapons with the lizard folk, hide them. That's off limits.
Is there any paperwork that would be with the ship to say whose owner it is?
Probably in the captain's quarters.
We better go make that captain
Anyone?
sign that shit over.
Can anyone forge paperwork?
Why
Any
do
can
we need to forge?
When,
just
yeah,
to make
we-
things
we need. Where's a Kinku when we need one?
I'm sure I can force the captain to sign a piece of paper.
Krathi lad, I think that's a good idea.
Use the hand or lose the hand.
I think you should go down there and politely and inform the captain this is now our boat, and I think that's a wise idea.
Well, do you have some paperwork of transfer?
Rob, if I go, do I need to
Oh.
roll an investigation roll in the captain's hold for paperwork?
So there was some paperwork in there. Nora, did you take that? I couldn't remember. Or was it Elias that looked for it? Somebody was in the captain's hold.
Yeah, it
and
was
looked-
Elias.
Did you take paperwork, Elias?
If I found it, I would have left it. I wouldn't try to hide it or nothing.
You kind of look through the paperwork, and you're not finding any kind of deed or anything to the ship, which is probably a way smugglers would hold a ship. I mean, there's probably some forged paperwork. Yeah, there's some forged paperwork so that they could get through docks and checkpoints and stuff like that. So yeah, but it looks pretty legit.
I go handle all that to Krathi and say, "Here you go, lad."
I'm sure the council can write up some new paperwork under the new name. I don't think Sea Ghost fits me very much.
All right. So you guys are headed back to port.
Yeah.
So it's pretty late at night as you guys pull in the port. A dock master kind of comes out.
Oh, get this flag down. Put up a white one.
Um, uh, Dockmaster comes out and he looks up at the ship. Huh? That's a new one. Who's captain up there?
I nudge Krathi.
Do I recognize who's calling out?
Yeah, it's Clyde.
That would be me, Clyde. Krathi.
Krathi? When'd you get a ship? Hold on.
A couple
The
hours
sea-
ago.
Did you steal it?
We liberated it from pirates.
Oh, sea princes?
No, God, no. They would all be dead if that were so. These are some
So-
low bandits.
He like looks over the ship. It
Mission
ain't a
for them.
bad. It ain't a bad little ship.
I quite like it.
It's got no weapons on it.
Well, when I'm on it, there's weapons.
He's like you might talk to somebody and get some ballistas or something put on this thing. Cannons, ballistas.
Yes. It
But,
sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, you're very wise, Clyde. Very wise. As we go to
I
talk to
should have
the,
known Tack was with you.
if we go to talk to the council members, can you be a good lad and watch over it for us? Clyde, I have to ask you a question. I wanted to call it the Fungal Mistress, and Krathi thinks the Sea Ghost is a better name. What's your 2 cents,
Her
lad?
name is the Sea Ghost.
Oh,
I don't want it to be called the Sea Ghost. I think her name's the Wave Breaker.
Well, those are both fine names, but it's not my ship. All I need to do is sign a form and says that it's here. So if y'all want to discuss naming the ship before you get off, or right now, it can just be the Sea Ghost.
Ocean Man, what do you think this fine ship should be called?
You call your home the Fungal Bungalow.
The fungal.
Oceanus says in Aquan, should be called Bonzo.
I don't think that's how you name a ship, but I mean, it's not a bad name.
I don't. He goes, I'm not one for ships.
We can workshop it. We need to talk to the council.
Fine. I'm just gonna put her down here as the Sea Ghost. And are anybody still on the ship?
Yes, there's prisoners in the bilge, and we have some refugees that will remain here before we talk to the council.
Now, when you say refugees, what do you mean?
Some people that need our help. But they are a scared lot. I don't want to disturb them.
Okay. Was anybody communicating with the lizard folk as you guys pulled in? Like, was anybody talking to them?
I don't speak lizard folk.
I speak. I'm the only one that can. But I explained that we were going back to Saltmarsh, and then we would help them.
I think they can actually speak common. Did I say that they couldn't before?
Yeah, I think you said they only spoke Draconic.
Okay. Basically, their leader is the one with the pseudo dragon. She tells you her name is Dara Styx, which you know is Draconin for just dragon. There's a one that has a very dark green color, and he goes by Achuak, which means green in Draconic. And there was one that you caught singing. When I say singing, they were making mouth noises that sounded musical to them, because the other two seemed to kind of like dance to it in a way. and his name was Myrick, and it means song in Draconic. So, those are the 3 lizard folk that you have collected, or that you have on your ship.
Catch 'em all, lizard folk. Sorry.
All right.
Can
You guys get off the ship and find yourself back in Saltmarsh very late at night. Town council would probably wouldn't meet with you at this moment. But the dockmaster tells you that in the morning he will contact Eleander Fireborn, and let them know that you have returned.
I mean, if the council building is open at all times of the day, I'd set up a meeting first thing in the morning. But
Okay.
I don't know if it closes or something.
It probably closes, so you're welcome to come first thing in the morning and set that meeting up as well.
All right. I'll get 3 meals from the snapping line and deliver them to the lizard folk.
All right. Like I said, it's pretty late. You wake up. What was her name again?
I mean, what is the inn not open 24/7?
Oh, I guess it would be, yeah, because it's
Doesn't
yeah, they
necessarily
have
have to be Hannah working right now, but
yeah. So yeah, one of the bartenders is there and get you some fish stew and any wine. Any lobster claw wine?
just the stew's fine.
Okay. You take it up to the lizard folk, and they seem to slurp it down greedily, hungrily, and they seem very interested in the flavor. This good stuff.
Well, make sure you don't go hungry, but you'll have to stay here for the night.
We will not leave the ship.
If someone comes on the ship and it's not me calling out to you, just stay in this room and keep the door locked.
Yes, Captain.
What if it's any of the rest of us? What if you're indisposed?
I mean, if you recognize any of these people's voices, then I guess yes, but
Chris, as you get ready to get off the ship when you guys depart, you hear it again. You hear the flapping of bat-like wings.
Oh, great. Does anybody else hear wings? Like this happened the other day too.
What is everybody? Oh wow! I'm an idiot. I did not realize the passive perceptions were.
Yeah, mine's
all
15.
So Strix,
Oh, that's cute.
Tack, and I almost said Chapel Rose because it's on here. And Strix and Tack, both of you guys hear these wings. You were kind of both picking it up at about the same time that Bonzo mentioned it.
And where is Strix at? In proximity to me?
Did we get off the ship already? Because if we got off,
Well, this is right before you guys got off the ship.
So we're still on the boat.
Yeah.
I'd have likely been up in the crow's nest.
I'll look up and see if I can see where Strix is at. And if I see him, I'll be, my Alan friend, clearly it's not you flapping around up there. Do you see anything?
You don't
No.
see anything. You just hear it.
I do not. I do hear flapping, though. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yes. I was with Bonzo the other day, and we heard this, and I mistakenly thought it might have been you, but Clearly, I am wrong.
Are you sure it's not the waves crashing against the shore?
Lad, I know the sound of wings when I hear it.
I don't hear anything.
If I look up and I activate my newfound ability of Devil's Sight, do I see anything?
What does that do?
I can see normally in dim light and darkness, both magical and non-magical. I don't get like true sight or anything necessarily, but
Okay. So there's no see invisibility.
no.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. Everyone does see my eyes go black, though, if they're paying attention. And I can look up and I go, I don't see nothing.
Metagaming. Isn't Devil's Sight always active? Isn't it a...
Yes, it's always active.
Oh, well, whatever.
Your eyes are always black now?
I guess, though. I read a book too hard. Now my eyes are black.
At some point, I'm going to look over and scream.
I'm
I
not
don't know
reading
yet.
a book ever again.
I'm reading again. No, you know what? No, I'm going to read more.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Well, Edgar, I might have a cream or something for your eyes if you ever want to stop by my hut, and I'll administer it for you.
Got some kind of fungus in your eye.
I mean, I feel like I could, like, I don't know. Maybe I hit puberty and my eyes feel better now.
Rob, is there a certain direction that that the flapping is coming from, or is it just kind of all around, or?
It came from a specific direction. Like it kind of like seemed like it kind of flew nearby, like one of the railings near the bow.
Can I cast detect magic?
You can.
I don't know if that senses invisibility or not. I probably won't be able to see it, but maybe it'll tell me what it
I
is.
don't think it does.
Let me take a look.
Get mine.
Let me read detect magic.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magical effects within 30 feet of yourself. If you sense such an effect, you can take the magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic. If an effect is created by a spell, you can learn the spell's school of magic. So it seems like I could sense an effect.
But you still wouldn't know where.
Yeah.
Right.
And you couldn't see it because it's not a visible creature.
Right, but I would at
But
least
you could
then
sense.
know
Yeah,
if
you can
there was-
definitely you can sense that there's something.
You sense like illusion magic in the radius, but not where it is or whatever.
Can I sense about where it is? Like
Sure.
in a radius? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to cast Fairy Fire there.
Okay. Do I need to make a roll for that?
Let's see. Objects, dexterity saving throw. Attack save, dex 14.
Okay, let me get over here and roll this die and add 3 to it.
Okay, it showed the Fairy Fire, but it didn't show the...
Ooh, it failed. So, Fairy Fire.
Don't stick to him.
Sticks to him. You see the outline of a horrible little creature with bat-like wings. Which, if you give me an Arcana roll.
So for the record in this, it says affected creatures shed a dim light and can't benefit from the invisible condition. So now everybody should be able to see.
Okay. So suddenly, you see.
Is that a nat 1 and then a nat 20?
Yeah. I'm glad Jordan knows what he's seeing.
Is a demon.
You see
No, probably a devil. Yeah.
Creature with bat-like wings and a scorpion tail. Strix, you know that this is definitely an imp. And as soon as it realizes that it has been spotted, it tries to take off.
If I'm close enough to it, I'll try to grapple it.
All right. Reach out and give me a bull check.
So it would just be a melee attack to hit it, and then if I succeed, I grapple.
Okay.
Where's my actions? Oh, that's pretty good.
What'd you hit? What'd you roll?
25.
Oh yeah. So whap! You hit this thing or you grab it with your hand and kind of clutch it. And then so you got to make a strength roll. Is that what you got to do?
I think it makes an escape check.
I have Tavern Brawler or something. I have like enhanced grapple. Okay, yeah, the target must succeed a strength or dex savings throw. DC is 14.
Even with a -3, it made its strength roll.
Or does Tavern Brawler increase that somehow?
Or does it?
Enhanced, unarmed strike, push, damage rolls. No, I don't. Doesn't see anything.
So you reach out and you try to grab on it, and you kind of you catch it, but it like you almost probably like grab like at the tail, and when you try to pull on it, your hand just kind of slips off slippery scorpion-like tail, and it begins to try to fly away, and it's leave me alone.
Stop now, or we will stop you.
And if it leaves my threatened area, attack of opportunity.
Sure.
Try again.
Yep.
I'll try to grab on one more time before it leaves. 15.
I mean, I'm gonna be trying to if it appears to be trying to run away still, I'm gonna be trying to chase it, stop it.
Yeah. That's a hit.
So I attempt to grapple instead of doing damage.
Okay, Okay, I'm gonna just put this out here on the map. Where'd it go? Okay. Oh, I already put it out there on the map. Now there's two imps.
I'll look it up.
Okay, open monster stat block.
Grapple action.
Oh, it fails its strength roll this time. So you grip onto that tail and kind of coil it around like a rope, and you got that stinger kind of just right where the stinger can't quite reach you, but you got its tail, and it just it continues to try to fly, and it just gets to the end of its flight and just tries to pull on you, and it's like, let go!
Bonzo, get the parrot cage.
I'm gonna scramble to go get that thing. I'm gone.
Nora, I think we found you a new dragon.
I'm so happy.
What are you doing here? Give me one reason not to crush.
I'll never tell you nothing. You scary looking tall man.
I want to like squeeze him a little bit.
You're squeezing me. Help!
Answering me.
Suddenly, it disappears in a puff of smoke.
Do I still feel it in my grasp?
No.
So sad.
Is it visible?
No.
He's gone.
And you smell brimstone.
Demon.
We'll come back with an empty bird cage in hand. Oh, where'd it go?
He poofed in the smoke.
Pieces of 8.
Why are you being chased by a demon, Bonzo?
Your guess is as good as mine. I heard that thing like 2-3 days ago.
I just heard the country come out in Chris.
Listen, Bonzo's turning southern, all right? Leave me alone.
It makes sense.
She's a southern belle.
It comes out every now and again. I'm sorry.
You, Chris, you do remember from your time of working with Kelladek, the Unspoken.
Yep.
You had seen him have an imp familiar from time to time.
Gotcha.
So do any of the rest of us have any idea what that thing was?
Everybody else can roll Arcana.
Do I get to re-roll my
I guess
2 from the
my
first time
Arcana
around?
No.
earlier.
Okay, well I don't.
Bonzo
I don't
already
know what
knows
it is.
Bonzo already knew what it was, so she
Yeah.
doesn't have to roll.
That's cool.
You got a nat 20,
Everybody.
Jordan, right?
Yeah, earlier I got a nat 20. on it,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you rolled before and got it, so everybody knows that it's an imp, except for Tack.
Yeah, I don't know
We
shit.
know that it's possibly like summoned since it disappeared that way.
Yeah, you would probably think that it may be some kind of familiar or some kind of summoned creature, and
Because of the way it disappeared, it may be summoned. Sorry, I was telling everybody else in
Yeah.
case they didn't know.
Hmm.
Does anyone know anyone who would want to watch us?
Can't say that I do.
Nope, nobody.
Maybe the bad council guy, but I doubt he has an imp.
What do you mean, bad council guy?
What's his name,
you
Elias?
talking about Gellin?
Gellin. He wants me to
Gellin.
do evil.
Gellin, I think it's Gellin. Gellin.
Whatever,
Gellin?
bad council guy.
Magellan, he asked us to smuggle. He might be trying to protect his investment.
Well, smuggling isn't inherently evil.
Mm. He did it in an evil way. You weren't there.
He was all nice about it. It was shady.
Yeah, when they're nice about it, that's when it's shadiest.
The most evil.
Well, I suppose we should be on the lookout for anyone who wants to be tracking us.
I can try to do some research into imps.
All right. So that now everybody's kind of got off the ship. You brought some stew back to the lizard folk. Was anybody else doing anything after all the excitement?
No, but I would probably offer to Garbanzo that they could either stay with Krathi inside the inn or in my hut if that imp thing was going to come back.
I would appreciate that greatly. Either of those options are great because y'all are good protectors.
And I suppose Oceanus can come with.
Do we have any reason to suspect that the imp is after Bonzo specifically?
Well, Bonzo said that they heard it 3 days ago.
I did hear it first, and I went to Tack about it.
Could be following back.
Oceanus stares at you intently as you kind of talk about this thing. He can't understand you, but he looks concerned because he keeps hearing your name from other people, and he's trying to take it all in.
I'll translate for Ocean Man and let him know what's going on.
He tells you, I will guard the outside of the tent. Or outside of
hut.
your home.
Hut.
Get it right.
Yeah.
Your dwelling. Your outside cave?
Close enough, Ocean Man. Garbanzo, your CL friend said that he's worried about you as well, and he shall guard the outside of my hut while we both sleep at night, and so we shouldn't have anything to worry if in fact the imp creature is after you.
Oh, thank goodness. Please tell him thank you for me.
Ocean Man, Garbanzo is eternally grateful for your protection.
He bows to Garbanzo and to you.
I'm gonna do a little awkward bow back because I don't understand the custom.
All right. Anybody else doing anything interesting?
I would like to set up my tent outside of Tack's hut.
Okay. What's funny is where Tax Hut I think is at. There is a little, there is a little tent-looking thing right there.
Mostly, I just want to irritate Tack in case anybody forgets it's a hut instead of a tent. But I also want to be nearby in case anything goes wrong.
As you've got to set up your tent, you see Oceanus watching you intently, and
Intently. You have to wait until that's set up, Oceana. Please come out tently for now.
son of so he watches you, and he makes a motion like he's swimming, and then he points at you, and then he flaps his wings, and you can take that however you want.
I will flap my wings and jump up into the air about 30 feet. I mean, fly up into the air about 30 feet. And then swim in a couple circles, like mime swimming in a couple circles through the air as I fly around, and then land back by my tent.
He runs across this hill over here, and you see him dive into this water. And he swims around a little bit, gets himself nice and hydrated, and then he comes back to the tent or to the hut and sets up camp outside.
What languages does he speak again?
Common, or not? I'm sorry, Aquan is all. Aquan and Elvis. Elvis. He speaks Elvis. He's a hunka burning elf. Elvish.
Very well. He was a prisoner, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
He was in the zoo.
Poor guy. It's rough in there.
Ask Quazda.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So yeah, that's done. Elias, what do you do when you get back to the tent? Or to your tent, to your detective agency?
Check my mailbox for any mail.
Wait a second.
You find a bill.
Oh my god.
But you're kind of like, oh, I kind of have a little money now. I can actually afford to pay this.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think I don't know. My brain feels extra tingly after all that, so I want to just kind of read Dad's journal. Now that I finally got the courage to read it, and I'll look for any mention of imps, just in case.
So you start reading your father's journal. You kind of don't find anything about imps, but what you do find is a story that your father tells that he wrote down. And it's almost like the words kind of start like moving on the page, so that's what kind of gathers your attention the first bit. And you find yourself transported to the deck of a ship out in the ocean. And what was your father's name?
Llewellyn Blackwood.
I'm not going to be able to spell that. And after I write this down, I'm never going to be able to say it. Llewellyn. Okay, I did say it. Look at me.
Mhm.
The captain of this ship comes over and he looks at you and he's like, Llewellyn, do you see anything out there?
The captain of his ship.
Yep.
I know the whole crew, by the way. If you need their names.
Wait, do you really know his?
I gave a lot of the backstory stuff to Sean.
Oh, okay.
I came up with the whole crew name because I was part of it.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Does Elias know that?
No.
No, and I don't know that. I don't know that.
And
I don't know that Llewellyn was his
Master
dad.
don't know it.
I in real life I didn't know it.
I'll send you the whole crew. There you go.
All right.
I'll send it to you on Discord so you have it.
Anyways, I'll look out. Do I see anything?
You just kind of you kind of see an island out in the distance. And you get a strange feeling. Like you start hearing like a chant coming from the island.
I think without taking my eye off the island, because I don't want to lose it. I'll be like, "Aye, sir, an island off the starboard bow."
Yes, I see it out there. There's lots of islands out here. Why this one in particular?
I don't know. Maybe the call of the sea, but something's about it giving me the willies.
So, do you want to check it out?
You're the captain, sir, but if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
He says, let's get a little closer to it at least. How's that sound?
Very good, sir.
So, Elcid?
Yeah, Captain Barrett.
Captain Barrett.
That's what they grew
Captain
up.
Barrett walks off, and he yells to his crew and says, "We're gonna get closer to that island." And you guys start getting closer to that island, and you look out there, and you notice that there is some kind of green glowing light on this island. As you get closer, you're pretty sure there's some kind of large stone obelisk standing at the center. Pretty small island, all things
Goodness,
considered.
a crossover. I'll call out to Captain. Captain, there seems to be some kind of sign of civilization.
He's like, he looks out there. I don't really see anything out there, Llewellyn. Lou? It looks barren to me.
I see a light, sir.
Light. He's like, he gets his telescope. What the hell is this? What do they call those things? Shit.
Oh, the
Spyglass?
periscope.
Spyglass. That's the word I was looking for.
Or periscope,
He gets
yeah.
his spyglass out, and he he's like, he looks through there and he's like, are you feeling okay? I don't see anything out there.
Captain, if I may I borrow your spyglass?
Yep, you sure can. And he hands it to you. I, I, I said that as me.
Yep.
Yep.
I like this
Well,
captain. He's a pretty chill dude.
uh, I guess it's okay. Just be careful. That thing cost 1,000 gold pieces in the old player's handbook.
Yeah.
Or was it 100? I can't remember.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was something
expensive.
ridiculously expensive.
It was like everything else is cheap. It's like the spyglass, like 1,000 gold pieces.
yeah, it's
And he
1,000.
hands
Yeah.
it to you. And sure enough, you look through there. You see this obelisk. You see it's got like some kind of like weird symbols all over it. And you kind of, as you're reading this journal and you're also kind of living this through, it's almost like you're there, but you're also looking at this journal. And he drew out these symbols on the pages. And it's as he feels a pull from this obelisk, and at the same time you feel a pull to this journal, like it's like these symbols are calling out to you, and you can actually now hear the chanting along with your father. La, ba, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Was that too loud? I'm sorry.
No.
And you just get this pull, and you can almost hear, "Come, Llewellyn, join us. The great old one calls to you." Hopefully you guys heard that.
Yeah. I think Llewellyn is a man without fear. Probably to his detriment, being a man with a family. But he's like, he'll probably be like, Captain, there's something on the island. I have to know.
He's like, "Fine, I get it, but he says, take the boat, take our
Lifeboat.
our fishing, take our little lifeboat, and go out there. Take Krathi with you."
Aye, sir. A wise decision. He'll keep me safe.
And Krathi,
Yes.
you walk up to, you hear the captain call down to you, "Krathi, get up here." About how
I
old
get
would
up.
you have been when this happened?
How old is Elias? Jill?
Early 20s. Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
'Cause I was imagining it was because you said you were like young, right? Like 6-ish or something like
Yeah, when he disappeared.
This isn't when he
Maybe.
disappeared.
that. So yeah, I'm just trying to find an age. I would have been like late 20s probably then,
So fairly young.
like 30 years ago.
So, Elias, you see a young
Some people just know they could save hundreds.
Krathi
Not nearly as many tattoos.
approach you, and you kind of get a. How does that make you feel, Elias? How does your character feel about this? Like seeing Krathi?
I mean, Elias, like through this vision, is seeing a young Krathi would probably be like flat stunned. I think it'd certainly make him angry. He's a pretty emotional guy.
Oh my God, this is This is Fandelver and below all over again, but opposite direction. Somebody else. um. So yeah, you guys get on the boat, and Krathi, he explains to you. I'm sure he probably explains to you what he sees, but you don't see this obelisk either. You don't see any green light. And as you get onto the shore of this island, you know the chanting continues. And you start seeing like people in black robes start to crawl out of the water and start walking towards this obelisk.
I do, or Llewellyn?
No, not Karathi, just
Llewellyn? Okay.
Llewellyn.
I think Llewellyn. Probably like, Krathi, hunker down.
Yes, Lou.
There's
I'll watch.
people.
I'll watch the boat. You do what you need to do. People? What? I look around.
You see nothing.
I think you've had too much grog, little Lou. There's no one here.
Well, if it be seasickness, and I don't know. I gotta check if I'm not back in 20 minutes. Guess come get me, but there's something happening. I don't know. Maybe you don't got quite as good sea eyes as I do.
Much better sea legs, though.
Nah, that's what you think.
What I.
Yeah, I think he's just going to try to be stealthy, just to watch, figure out.
So they all kind
Take a
of
pistol with me.
yeah, they all kind of start kind of surrounding this obelisk, and you hear, "Join us, Llewellyn."
Seems like my attempts at stealth weren't successful. I'll look back at the shore, make sure Karathi's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
I'm just at the boat looking for anything, but don't see nothing.
You see him kind of. You see Llewellyn kind of like ducking, kind of a little bit, looking around, and he kind of probably stands up and like looks around because he hears his voice being called. But you see nothing. It's almost like this island is just bare.
Krathi watches him and scratches his bald head. He definitely had too much grog.
Well, Krathi doesn't seem scared, so must be fine. I'll take a step forward.
And the chanting continues. And then you hear it for the first time. Great Cthulhu, bless us with your might. And do you approach this obelisk?
I've certainly never heard of no great Cthulhu, but I don't know. My curiosity's just too great. I gotta know. Take it. I'll touch the obelisk. If no one's stopping me.
So as you go up there, and you reach out, and when you go to touch the obelisk, it vanishes. And when you put your hand down on a shovel. And you're now holding this shovel in the middle of this barren island. And all the chanting stops. The green light is gone. Karathi's still back at the boat. And this is the first time that you noticed, like you when you see him touch the shovel, you actually see the shovel. It was kind of just blending into the darkness over there, but it's almost like as soon as he touched it, like he kind of lit up for a second. Lou did, and it looks like something is buried here.
Krathi, I think I found some treasure.
Oh boy!
I'll just start digging. No
Okay.
one believed me.
So, get my notes out here. And I wish, you know, it'd also be great if I could read what I wrote. So you start digging, and you finally dig down, not too far, but in this hole now staring at you is what looks to be a winged hound statue, or like not really a statue, like a necklace, and it's of a hound with wings, and it's crouching.
Oh, certainly odd.
And then, Elias, when you see this, you immediately, it's almost like the journal, like throws you back and slams itself shut. And you just feel eldritch energy start coursing over you. You actually see green lights start kind of just swirling around you and going up your body. And when you're like right before you pass out, you remember seeing your father wearing this charm, this necklace. All right. Nora, where are you at when all this is going on?
I mean, my bedroom's kind of right across the hallway from Elias's. So if I hear any weird noise,
Yeah, you hear like the sound of like somebody getting thrown backwards onto the floor. Like it's a pretty loud crashing sound. Like you hear like a chair get knocked over. Was you probably sitting at a desk, Elias, or where were you sitting?
Yeah, I
when you
probably
read
would
the
have been
journal?
sitting at a desk with a candle.
Yeah. You hear a loud crashing sound. What are you doing?
I'm gonna rush over to his bedroom.
You find him on the floor, and you see his eyes. You see his eyes kind of like fluttering, and he's almost like having a seizure.
From what I can see, is it obvious that he's been sitting reading his journal or looking at a book and then fell over?
The book is not really, because the book is just sitting there on the desk now, closed.
Okay. I'll probably rush over to him and like start freaking out and like shaking him, going, Elias, Elias, slapping his face a little, maybe too hard, because I'm starting to get pretty upset by all this.
And you suddenly he like stops seizing, and your eyes open back up, Elias.
Whoa. Goodness, what happened?
I am now crying. What happened? Did someone break in?
No, I had a daydream or a memory.
Oh. Nora's gonna kind of just stand up suddenly, because with the black eyes, and I'm gonna guess Elias is still looking pretty beat up from all the adventures. She's just kind of done with this book stuff, and kind of just walk out the room without saying anything.
All right.
Go back to bed. I'm done.
Well, least I'm not choking on my own vomit no more. That's why I pay her the big bucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's enough journal for tonight.
You think? All right. Anybody else doing anything before the morning time?
I'll cast Goodberry before the morning.
Okay. That
I'll
just gives
offer
you
10 good berries for 24 hours, each
Okay.
of which is enough for a full meal and heals 1 health.
yeah. Alrighty. Who's laughing at 1 health?
Give some to Garbanzo so you can revive her.
Please.
So the morning time comes. Krathi, what are you doing first thing in the morning?
I mean, the first thing I would do was wake up, check on Tack, make sure he doesn't, die of old age.
Uh, you find Bonzo and well, you found almost half the party there. Bonzo's in the hut with Tack, and Bubbo is outside in his tent, and the sea elf bows at you when you approach, and he stands up.
If the sea
I'll
elf was
do
out
like a
and
little
about,
head nod and pat his shoulder.
I would have too, and I'd offer him a good berry when he walks in, and I'd offer the sea elf one too.
All right.
What is this?
Breakfast. If you want it.
I mean,
Nourishing. You won't be hungry for the rest of the day.
I doubt that. And I'll eat the berry.
Uh, you notice that Oceanus looks at it, and then he stakes it and he starts squeezing it like war paint on his face.
Oh, can I have another one? I want to do that.
He's very confused by these customs of handing a berry to. He thought it was some kind of warrior, warrior ritual.
Yeah, but I'm noticing that everyone's here and fine. I'd probably check on the boat, the lizard folk mainly.
All right.
Well, first I would check the prisoners, make sure they didn't escape. But I assume they're still locked down there.
Yeah, they're still locked down there, and they yell up. They yell up at you. Hey, you gonna get us out of here sometime today?
Well, that's up to the council. We have a meeting today, and your fates will be decided.
Fine, probably gonna be hung.
Well, only one way to find out.
Well, too bad. um. So, Nora, what do you do the first thing in the morning?
I'll go downstairs, start rubbing, like looking in the kitchen for something to eat. Make breakfast for me and Elias.
All right. Everybody also can do a full rest or a
Long rest.
long
I
rest.
also offer good berries to everybody else when I come in, if they want that for breakfast.
I will take a good berry when I see you. If and when I see you.
Elias, what about you? What are you doing?
Probably sleeping in a little bit, unintentionally, but I'll come down to the smell of eggs or whatever.
All right. Man, you guys are living high on the hog with your eggs.
I don't know where we got eggs from. I was thinking like oatmeal.
Well,
I
whatever.
laid them.
And we got money now. We can go grocery shopping.
Saltmarsh doesn't have tariffs on eggs.
They're dragon eggs.
Or dragon.
Yeah. So you get a message from the council that says they want to meet you guys at 11. Everybody gets a message.
Well, I start getting ready to go.
Yeah, well, let's head to the tavern after breakfast.
Elias, I want you to know your eggs are super salty. Like, obviously over salted.
Oh. I don't think I can do any better, so.
I did it on purpose.
Hey, can I get, I heard there were some berries. Heard they were unsalted.
Oh, you wanted the unsalted good berries? I'm sorry. Nora said you liked extra salt, so I added it to yours.
And that's all we have left.
Well, all right.
All right. So everybody, you ready for the town council? Anybody doing anything before the town council?
No, I gotta come up with a plan how I'm gonna approach this.
Jack, I've noticed that you have some sort of aura around you. Was that there before?
You know, within the last couple of days, I've noticed these spores on the growing on my shell have opened up, and they've started talking to me and communicating with me, and come to find out, they are part of a larger story, and I'm starting to discover just who and what they are.
Remarkable. I too have made some new friends as of late, pointing to the swarm of fireflies around me.
Oh, do they talk to you periodically?
Not as of yet.
Well, Strix, my friend, life by itself is amazing. It's you never know, who's going to come into your story and what chapter is going to be written. I just thought that these were just common fungus just growing on my shell along with the barnacles, and now they're just opening me up to a new world of nature and everything else.
Rock pieces of 8.
Yes, even that parrot over there is writing itself into our story. We might find it over a breakfast fire one day.
It does look very tasty.
You are not cooking my bird.
Yeah, I'm very sneaky.
I'm very sneaky.
Challenge accepted.
All right. So, you guys arrive at the town council at 11. Gellin? What do we... I gotta pick a name.
G-Man.
Gellin Primwater is already there. And, Bonzo, you missed the last town council meeting because...
Whoops.
Because you were late. And they left you. And as you see... Oh my god, I forgot his name. What did I say his name was? Gellin. Gellin. Okay.
Call him Gelatin. It's fine.
You see Gellin sitting there, and like as soon as you see him, you start remembering one of the last days you worked with Keladek in the bottom of the Xenopus Tower. And this man was bringing in humanoid slaves for smuggling to Keladek. And he was selling them off to another smuggler.
Right.
And he notices you immediately when he comes in, and he kind of looks shocked, and then he immediately his friendly demeanor comes back. Oh, uh, friends, good morning. The town council had me opening the doors this morning, and they will be here shortly. Um, but I am happy to see all of you return. Um, you know, uh, I think it's a cause for celebration, don't you think? I should be able to host a wonderful party for you for all the work that you have done returning and stopping these awful smugglers that have been using our Saltmarsh as their dreadful playgrounds. And he's like, surely you guys would be up for a party soon. Yes? Not at my estate?
I'm gonna look at him like he's dead crazy. I got a bird to tend to. My bad. I can't do a party.
Right, pieces of eight.
I'm gonna be sick that day.
I think I have to prepare a marinade for a bird that day.
You're not getting my bird.
As much as we would all like to attend your party, fine man, something has come up that requires our attention, and we need to talk to the council members about ownership of the ship that is now in our possession.
Ship, you say? Well, I wouldn't say it too loudly. You know, the Loyalists, they may want to take control of that ship, right?
I
We-
certainly do.
We would like to avoid that for the good of the town, so to speak.
Eleander Fireborn walks in, and he is the Royal Army. You guys, most of you have met him. Again, Chris.
Yep.
You've met him around town. He's like the town, like kind of like the captain of the guard. Of the royal. He fought with the royal armies of Keeland, the country that kind of is moved into Saltmarsh. And he says, "What's this I hear about a ship, Krathi? How goes it, young man? Old man? Old chap?"
Well, we took down the. This guy's part of the council, right?
Yeah, you've met him before. You
Yeah.
know him. Yeah.
I just would remember if he was on the council or not.
Yeah.
Just the card captain. We took down the bandits that you hired us to get rid of and brought their ship back with their alive crew locked down in the hold for your
Oh.
judgment.
And as you're telling this, you see the other council members all appear. You see Administrade Copperlocks, the redheaded dwarf, who is the runs the mining town, and she is also one of the loyalists. You see,
Spit a little bit.
huh?
Just spit a little bit.
Edda, who's the senior member of the town council. She's an older lady, graying hair, cut short. And then also you see two other people approach. One is a young man by the name of Anders. And you guys know him from his mother had a fleet of ships, and he's kind of taken over her. Her name was Petra, and you see his butler, who's also on the town council, Skirin Wave Chaser, and everybody comes in and sits at the table. All right. So Manistrade speaks up, and she sits down, and she's like, "What's going on this morning to call us into a meeting? I have much work to do at the mines." Krathi.
Well, We're here to talk about the ship problem you wanted us to deal with.
Yes, yes.
It has been dealt with. The ship is in port. Their captain and a remaining crew locked in the hold for your judgment.
The captain looks up and he's like, "Oh, that's great news indeed." And the ship, what do you have any plans for the ship? I think that you know, normally the Keelan would take it for its own navy. But I also know that you yourself have always wanted a ship, and you've been doing some great work for us.
Yes. We would be willing to do more work for the council, but it would be much easier if I had a ship of my own. Of course, I'd pay for the titles and any taxes that are accustomed with it. You know I'm proper.
Anders speaks up, and if we were to give you the ship, Krathi, what would you do with it?
Well, I'd fix it up, get rid of all the old pirate symbols, and make it a proper ship. I would be on call for any sea princes problems that might cost the town. I would be willing to do fishing journeys or trade if need be, for pay, of course.
Edda kind of looks up when you say sea princes. Aye, yes. I think it's a good idea to give this guy this man his boat. We don't need another boat here. Keelan's got enough of its navy. We need good, solid members of the Saltmarsh community to keep us safe. And I personally know that Krathi has been a great help. He's worked on some of my ships. So I don't see a problem with it.
Plus, Captain Krathi sounds nice, doesn't it?
Alander says, I could drink to that, me boy.
And if it makes the council feel better, I will be there to keep a watchful eye over the lad and make sure he stays out of trouble.
Yes, First Mate Tack. Any aboard the ship will receive the proper medical assistance they need.
And who else would be working on this ship? I take it the rest of you? Do you have plans to work on this ship as well?
Well, I'd certainly allow them to join, though I wasn't expecting. I thought we were being hired for this. Though I've grown fond of some of them.
Aye. So excellent. So I say we vote on it. And it's almost unanimous. Manistrid doesn't seem too keen on the idea.
I'll write that name down in my notebook for later.
Burn book.
And Skirin kind of doesn't vote at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Anders is kind of like, Skirin, is there a reason you haven't voted? And he's like, no, I feel like maybe I shouldn't have an opinion on this young lad, and I like your judgment, but who cares about, even though I'm on the council, who cares about a butler's opinion on such things? There's got to be more important things to talk about than who keep of a ship. And so I vote to abstain, young Anders. He's like, fair enough. Everybody else votes, and they're like, if you're going to have a ship, do you need any more crew? We could pay to help even out your crew. Usually takes about 7 people to run the ship. We would be willing to pay um, to have extra crewmen on the ship to get you to 7 for an entire year, as long as you occasionally do things for us.
We're good. We got 7.
Well,
There's
me.
6 of us plus
I
the
had been
sea guy.
previously hired as a guide along the trails. I would be willing to work with them, and I think I would serve well on the ship. May I be relieved of my duties as a guide and added to their roster? Would you be willing to
Um,
pay me to join them?
Eleander says, yes, sure, absolutely. Actually, he wouldn't be in charge of y'all because he would be. Yeah, he would be like probably one of your liaisons. So he's like, I would pay you um the proper fee of 10 gold pieces a week.
Well, if they would have me, I will join them.
I've grown very fond of our Alan friend. I think it's a wise idea for him to join our crew.
Manistrid says, well, I still think it's a bad idea, and some of this crew looks shady. And she looks at Bonzo. We now associate with goblins on our boats.
Quite rude.
Well, you
And
associate
racist.
with Goliaths. Who says Garbanzo isn't as useful as I am? She can climb the rigging. She can look out. Get under tight places. She's useful.
Yeah, I've saved their butts more times than I can count on my fingers, and that's not a lot.
Plus, they have a themed bird.
Exactly.
Pieces of 8.
Who said this?
Oh.
Not Cup of the Parrot. Who said the?
Who said pieces of 8?
Who said they didn't like Garbanzo?
Menestrid Copperlocks, the dwarf.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
You don't know anything about the sea, Miss Copperlocks. You're too busy in your minds, respectfully.
You see Oceanus giving her the stare down too, because all he heard was Goblin and the disdain on her face, and he's like, And so, now that the ship business is out of the way, what else brings you here?
Well, we have 3 prisoners on the ship. The old captain and his head of the crew. They need to be dealt with somehow. I don't think they should rot in the ship.
And what do you think should happen to them?
Well, I believe they should be put into your hands for some sort of trial. They are guilty, and some of them did surrender. The captain knows how to fight, but perhaps imprisonment for a bit, hard labor.
What does what does the law
They didn't say
say?
they killed anybody. They just smuggled and stole.
Smuggling, no killing, Elander says.
Though they could be lying. Some magic man has to figure that out.
Some magic man. He says, Eleander says, well, we'll put them on trial and have some of our folks talk to them and try to interrogate them and see what they know. And you hear Jellin kind of speak up. He's like, smugglers, dreadfully crude men, awful people. We can't have that stuff running around in our town, and I think Krathi bringing them in is the best thing we could happen. We can put them on trial, find out if they have any more contacts. Did you find any information on the boat about who they might be working for?
Well, I'll defer to the person who looked through the captain's notes on that matter, and I'll gesture to Mr. Blackwood.
Elias, how are you feeling this morning after your ordeal from last night?
Probably a little hungover, even though I'm not. Haven't been drinking, you know.
Even after all that salt?
Well, you know, I've just been nursing a headache. Did I see any sort of like mention of like other illicit activities? I don't.
No, you just know that they were selling goods.
I mean, oh yeah, I guess I'd be like, well, you know, all this talk of justice, really, you know, really is my cup of tea. That being said, you know, they didn't hurt nobody, and you know, they, man, I don't know. I guess I am a little bit more sympathetic. They did surrender to us. They didn't give up much of a fight. They told us all the things that we wanted to know.
Manistred speaks up. Excuse me, Elias. Before you go on further, when you said they were smuggling things, did they have stuff in the hold?
Tapestries, brandy.
Like trade
Right.
goods.
There's a large shipment of some alcohol and some fine silks that I assumed the town would want back, and we will hand them over. Of course, no problem.
Yes, what my companions are meaning to say is we did find some paperwork, but most of it seemed to be forged documents. Nothing official, which is why we're here with you today to make sure that we have the proper paperwork for the ship, and we shall hand over the goods.
Yeah, those look like luxury goods, to be honest. Just things that people can live without.
No sign of who's asking for the smuggle.
Correct. We don't know where it's being delivered to.
Or who requested it.
I just see the picture that Jordan sent. So maybe they're just doing it for themselves? Lander says. This is all good information to have, and we'll look over the goods that they have smuggled and try to piece together where they've gotten these goods. I'm sure we've had some logs of some thefts or ships that didn't make it to where they belong. Ada kind of speaks up. Did any of them look local?
I've been working the docks
I don't remember.
and the boats for years, and none of them I can put a face to.
Well, seems that they probably come from some backwater area, so...
I mean, it's something we could certainly investigate if that's what the council wishes.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary. We just wanted to make sure none of our... I don't know where these accents are coming from. They're just flowing.
A little bit of drunk cockney you got going on there.
Hey, think that's drunk cockney? That's nothing.
Hi, Governor.
Hi. Cup of tea.
Now I've done lost all my accents. She continues like, well, it's good that we don't know. Oh my god.
That sounded perfect to me.
Oi! She says, well, if they're not local, that's a good sign, at least. But,
Yes,
think
yes,
that
this is all
was good.
fine and well. We've established you'll get the goods, we'll get the paperwork, and the crew, well, we'll be on our way. Unless, of course, there's anything else you need us to look into.
No. If that is all. Was anything else interesting on the ship?
Nope.
All right. Well, gentlemen, ladies, have a good evening. And everybody gets up and leaves. As they leave, you kind of see Gellin kind of hanging back a little bit, and he kind of approaches Nora, and he says, "Oh, sweet child, did you happen to find anything?"
Nope. Like I said,
Oh.
pretty boring ship.
That's dreadfully awful. You know, we could really use some good contact.
Well, if I find something, of course I'll tell you immediately.
Of course, of course. Just remember, there's a shiny penny out there for you if you do a shiny copper. And he winks.
For sure. Well, have a
And,
good day, Councilman.
He tips his hat at Bonzo as he leaves.
I'm baring my teeth at him.
Does Nora see this?
Give me a perception check. As soon as I find the damn program, I've done lost. Oh my god, what is happening? Like the program has disappeared for me. Like it's just a white screen. Gotta reload her. All right. Oh, here, come back. It's coming back. Don't roll yet unless you already have.
I can reroll if you want.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, look,
for
it's a
total of
7. Oh, looky here, it's a 7. Yeah, you didn't see it.
Well,
Oceanus did though. He just like has a very confused look on his face. And he kind of looks at Bonzo and he kind of gives you a look and he kind of points, like, and he like makes a move like he's trying to walk after him.
Oh, I'm gonna grab his hand and be like, no. Not worth it.
Okay. He just says, he kind of nods his head. Did anybody else see the teeth bearing? Everybody give me a perception.
I'll do my passive perception if 15's not good enough.
You know what? Yeah, this is a good opportunity for perception. Except for Nora, because she was actually no. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna go through passive perception. Yeah, almost everyone. All you did see this tip of the hat and this snarl from Bonzo.
I didn't say nothing.
Except for Krathi.
I'm distracted.
Bonzo, do you have bad dealings with that man?
You could say that.
Very well. Maybe there will come a time where you'll add a little more to the story, but for now, that's fair enough, I suppose.
Perhaps in due time. Perhaps.
All right. they tell you to bring that they'll have the paperwork ready for the ship later this evening. Transferring the ship over to you, all official like.
During the council meeting, wasn't there also we were supposed to get some
money
something for finishing bringing them back down?
Did we write it? I had to find it. I know that was
the
quest log. Is it like 300?
I don't know, like 50, 60 gold each.
Gold pieces for the group.
For the group.
Yeah,
Look at Preston over here. 400 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
The town council wants us to end the smuggler threat once and for all by any means necessary. 400 gold for the group if we complete.
Okay, so you guys can split that up. How many people are there? 7? I can't count.
Yeah, Oceanus. That'd make 7.
Oh, so 6. We'd split it between 6 ways.
Yeah.
Okay then. So everyone will get 66 gold, and then there's some change left over.
All right. So, what are y'all's plans now?
As we're leaving, is it at any point is Elias kind of isolated by himself?
Sure.
Yeah. Well.
Nora's kind of giving it a cold shoulder, so.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to Elias and say, Eli lad, I noticed you seemed a little off in the council meeting today. You didn't seem to be yourself and all with it. Can you
pieces of meat.
do you care to entertain an old man and maybe tell me what's troubling you?
Oh, well, I don't know, sleepless night after sleepless night, and I think I've learned some information that I think really just makes me more mad at myself. And, I don't know, people are giving me a cold shoulder, and I'm becoming weird again.
Do you wish to elaborate with a friend?
Well, people are telling me my eyes are solid black.
Yes, that can be troublesome sometimes.
I don't know what that's about necessarily.
Take 2 barnacles and call me in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever, I guess, had a dream that you could have swore was real, but you don't know if it was real, but it just seems so.
Lad, I've spent so much time in this world traveling around, trying to learn all I can of nature and my place in it. Yes, I've had several experiences like that.
Well, I don't know. What if does it always mean something?
Well, that would depend on what it is you experience, son.
A memory. Or at least I think it was, unless it was something else playing tricks on me. But it wasn't my own. I think I had one of my dad's memories.
Ah. Do you care to elaborate for me?
I don't know. Have you... I mean, how long have you been in Saltmarsh?
Fuck. Damn it!
I think was it 7 years?
I don't know. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, I didn't. Krathi, Sean, answer that. How long have I been in Saltmarsh?
like 30-ish years.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
fun.
I've been around a long time.
Well, actually, it's less than that, because I would have found you after I've already been there. So I don't know how long into my journey I found you. I think it was a couple years.
We'll
Well,
say-
we know you weren't
25
on the
years.
ship with what's his name? With
Yeah.
Elias's dad.
Maybe like 25 years or something.
Well, let's do 20. That's 20 years, son. I've been around these parts.
I think my dad might have already been gone by then, but you don't have any memory of Llewellyn Blackwood, would you?
I've heard the name a time or two.
Could you tell me what you know?
Well, I know, Krathi was once on a ship with Llewellyn, but he's been on many a ship. Some of the sailors that I've healed over the years, they've said a story or two.
Just can't believe I never thought to ask. Krathi.
There's something that seems to be bothering you, son. Something deeper. Go ahead.
Well, I just learned that Krathi, and maybe you just confirmed it. I think Krathi knew my father. I've been looking for him. Everyone tells me he's dead. I don't have no reason not to believe it. I guess I just gotta talk to him and find out what he knows.
And how do you feel, son?
I guess shocked more than anything.
No anger?
Just anger at myself, really. I thought I might be angry at him, but I don't think it's necessarily his fault.
Well, very good. The only advice I can give you is one that's been around as long as I have, is to remember we're all a part of each other's stories. We're all woven together. And if we lash out in anger, we cut part of that chapter off before it is written. And, Krathi might be a little bit more to the story than you realize, and he might have a part to tell and write and continue your chapter. So use kind words, have an open mind, and just don't shut off to the possibilities.
Right. I just need to find out what he knows.
Well, if you decide you need somebody to listen or to talk, this old man shall be here.
I appreciate that, Tack.
All right, Edward. Well, good day.
Good day.
All right. So I guess you guys need to discuss what the next plan is.
Dude, let's go
When you're
fuck
gonna
up.
leave for the.
Let's go fuck up these hooligans.
Yeah.
Steal some shit from a dwarf's house.
I agree.
I second that.
Boom. 3 votes were in.
Gotta help the lizard folk is next.
Very
I don't
well.
know if they're. It sounds like they want to rob some dwarves.
I mean, we can't leave until this paperwork's done. So if they want to do stuff, they certainly could.
Racist dwarves.
I'll leave a mystery bag on her doorstep. Just tell me where she lives.
Parrot poop.
Exactly.
It's
Light it
that.
on fire.
It's that poop again.
I can fly over her house in the middle of the night and drop it off through her window.
Perfect.
Down the chimney.
Crack pieces of 8.
We have got to figure out why this thing keeps saying pieces of 8.
It knows. She stays at number 5. so south of the town.
Yeah.
That's the mining company headquarters.
Okay, I'm gonna start collecting.
So what are we collecting?
Purchase.
8 pieces.
8 pieces, yeah.
She called the shit poop.
Gotta find some Spanish coins.
Is that
Yeah.
a term?
Huh?
It's like
Oh,
is that-
pieces. I just googled what pieces of 8 means, and
Oh.
it's like Spanish
I thought,
coin.
I thought Spanish coins was some kind of slang for bird poop. Or poop. It is now.
Yeah.
What is
In the region of the Saltmarsh, people tend to call goblin shit pieces of 8.
You cut 'em
We
up
pay
big,
our
real
house
easy.
goblin in Spanish coins. Sorry, that was from the other. That was for Sloop.
Keep it up. Sloop will appear here.
Can I ask Tack to ask Oceanius if he has any knowledge about like sailing on boats, or if he has any experience on a crew or anything?
He tells Tack, he's like, I personally have never sailed on a ship. I left my tribe to infiltrate the Sea Ghost because they were in our area and we didn't know what they were up to, and then I got captured. That's the only time I've ever been on a ship. And he says, it has been the worst experience of my life.
Well, we'll make it better for you. Being an ocean person, I mean, you're kind of like one with the water, right? I mean, you're like Aquaman. You can talk to the fishes. You can feel the change of the wind. You can control the waves. Anything like that?
He can have the easiest job then. He'll be the helmsman.
He says, what's an Aquaman?
Oh, yeah. You know.
That's you, my boy.
Yeah, that's you, my boy. So, but yeah, I mean, come on, dude. You're an ocean dwarf. I mean, you can feel the water, right? You can talk to the fishes.
No, he is not an ocean dwarf.
Or ocean elf. You know what I meant.
He's an ocean Elvis. Come on.
Yeah. A little less conversation. A little more action, please.
He's like,
Tack, you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
what does a helmsman do on a ship? Because I know nothing about ship.
He steers the boat.
Oh, okay.
Karathi's been assigning everyone roles.
Well, the Krathi lad, I've my understanding of our ocean friend over here is he is one with the water, and he can, talk to the sea life and feel the waves and the currents, and I think maybe a helmsman might be a good job for him, and between our knowledge of ships, we might be able to teach him a thing or two in the meantime.
Yes. Is his lack of skills about everything else that would probably be the easiest for him.
Yes.
I just see that there's pieces of shit all over the roof.
Who would do that?
There's 8 too.
Who shit on my house 8 times? All right. So 5 o'clock rolls around and you guys get your paperwork. And now the Sea Ghost is yours. But that name is left off. It says, whatever you name the ship, you can just fill it out here and turn it into the dockmaster, and it'll make it official.
The fungal mistress.
I don't know about that, Chief. I mean, I'll take inspirations, but...
The Barnacle Barn.
Oh, yeah.
The sea goat.
The Sea Goat.
Karathi's
The goat stands for greatest of all time.
Karathi's leaning towards Wave Breaker.
Oh, my gosh.
Funk Mistress is a little 2 tack for me.
Some would say tacky.
Indeed.
That was the best joke I've ever heard from you, Rob.
Man, I'm hurt. Hurt by your statement.
I've been hurt by your jokes before.
The judges have reviewed it. They're going to allow it. but
Listen
only
here,
this time.
don't be casting fucking vicious mockery. What did that do to you?
You've been fantastic. It was a very good joke.
2 tack, 2 furious.
Sorry, I had to zoom in on the poop house so everybody on the stream could see it.
Poop house. They called the shit poop. Now we're gonna start using who was born before Billy Madison and who was born after Billy Madison. We might catch a lot more people that way.
Stop looking at me, Schwan.
You might get Joe. Maybe. No, I didn't even know if you get Joe. That might be the same. Joe, what year were you born?
94.
You didn't even get Joe.
Oof.
It's the same. I think it's this. Well, no. Kiz, were you before Shrek? No, you were after Shrek.
When did Shrek come out?
Was it 2001?
It was before Shrek.
Okay.
Wow, Rob's really isolating us old guys in this podcast.
Jordan's age is a mystery that we're all trying to figure out.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. What's the plan now? Who's making the plan? Who's in charge here?
We got to decide what everybody else is doing as far as jobs, on the ship. So we got.
I'll sign it. I got it.
Based on
what I think their best roles would be.
You're the captain, Captain.
I have abundant experience in cartography and can make maps as we travel.
Bubbo is the lookout / navigator. He will be in the what's the word? Crow's nest with his great bird eagle eyes.
The owl's nest.
The owl's nest, yes. With your good eyes and able, in case the ship rocks and you go overboard, you'll be fine. You can fly.
Good point.
And yeah, if you're a good cartographer, you can make maps. That's good. Tack, of course. First mate / surgeon / carpenter, since he's proficient in carpentry tools.
Yeah, so if you guys break the ship, I can fix it. You're welcome ahead of time, but don't break the ship.
Elias is the bosun. Report to Tack.
I don't know if I could. Do you have any jobs that are centered below deck? I'll be the cook or something. I can't look at the ocean. I'll throw up.
Well, your bosun doesn't look at the sea. You have to just look at the boat.
Yeah, but there's the ocean all around the boat. Is the problem?
Yeah, I think having young Eli below deck might not be a bad idea. I will need somebody to help me with potions.
The bosun does have to be below deck because that's where most injuries will occur. You just have to oversee the maintenance.
I'll count the hold. Make sure the cargo's all good.
It's not really a specific job.
Is there like a bilge master? He can be the bilge master.
Man, my pencil doesn't have an eraser on.
Oceanus, helmsman. Tack will have to translate any directions. Bonzo strikes me as a great quartermaster. The managing of supplies and cargo and trade goods. And also any prisoners we may have.
Yeah.
Rock, faces of 8.
Currently, we do not have any, but Nora will be the master of arms. Responsible for
Who's got Lance?
the ship's weaponry and security of the ship.
Fair enough.
And I believe that's everyone.
All right. Does anybody disagree with any of these jobs? Gerbs?
Not until I get a dragon.
Nope. We getting paid?
10 gold a
Yes.
week, wasn't it?
I mean, I
Did you
believe
say?
that's all. I'll pay the crew based on the jobs we take.
Yeah, done. I'm sold. Better than my shabby hut in the forest.
But our first job is these lizard folk, and I don't know if that's a paying job, but
Well, you got to keep the
it's a
500
safety job.
the 500 gold pieces of silver or ingots.
Oh yeah, and did they take any of the stuff that was in the hold?
Yeah, they took the stuff out of the hold.
Okay.
But I'm sure you guys hid the money and the swords.
Ish. So I'll look through the last session and write down everything I didn't write down because I wasn't sure if if we were keeping anything or not. So we have some money. How much do like cannons or ballistas cost? It's probably super expensive. but I'm curious.
Actually, so I read somewhere like there's no official price list for those, but somebody said that the like ballistas are probably 3 times the cost of a normal crossbow, so like 150. And I think cannons were about 300.
That seems like the best bargain ever.
Yeah. I mean, with the size of our ship, cannons are probably going to be very heavy.
Yeah, that's I'm not thinking of cannons, but like a maybe a mangonel or big cross or not trebuchet. Mangonel or ballistas. I think I have a resource for this somewhere. I'll find it.
How do you spell magnet? I don't even know what that is. It's a catapult. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like a catapult that can swivel.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know what those are. Okay.
We're gonna need
They're
like a
usually on
quick
boats.
guide to ship stuff on the something.
I've done some research.
So let's see here. I just brought up switch.
Because that's what like warships have in normal D&D.
Wow, these are expensive. They're saying a cannon would be anywhere from 2,000 to 8,000 gold pieces, but
See,
Oh,
that-
I don't think
yeah.
we can do cannons.
so a catapult or a trebuchet would be about 500 to 1,000 gold pieces. I would
think
say
ballistas will be the one that's our ship's too small for one of those. It's like
Yeah.
a 10-foot by 10-foot area. that
So
it
in
has.
modern times, for whatever it's worth, to recreate a functional, historically accurate ballista would cost around $10,000 for a high quality one, as compared to a crossbow that you get for about 150.
We could probably ask the council. I think they said something about weapons. I don't know.
yeah, how many ballista do you think you guys would? What do you guys want?
2 or 3.
What's the layout of the ship again? Do I have access
Oh,
to it?
I can go back to the ship because you can kind of get an idea.
I can see a picture of it, but I can't see the layout.
Trying to figure out where the hell is the ghost. There. What the hell? Okay.
Ballistas occupy.
Why is there a sea ghost? Oh, did you find that I put the sea ghost stuff in your character sheet?
Yes.
Okay.
What did I clicked on a plus to see what it did?
Yeah, it put it on the map.
I see.
Hmm.
There he is. Okay. So maybe we could like 4, 2 on the front, 2 in the back of the upper deck, but it'll be a slow going process.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? I think we should call it there tonight because I need to get to bed tonight, and I need to eat, and it's like we only have like 24 minutes left, and I can do some research, and I can get with Krathi, and we can determine how much stuff costs, and the council may pay for some of it.
I'll find my resources that I had earlier about boats and stuff in D&D.
Because I don't know what time my my plumber will be here in the morning, and the other people, the crew. I'm setting my alarm for 8.
So I had no idea what languages everybody picked when I made my character. And I don't know if you all coordinated ahead of time, but I took a peek at everybody's languages, and there's a surprisingly good amount of overlap within our language choices. It's pretty neat.
I wish I could take a peek at your character sheet, but it's still hidden.
It's hidden?
It's always hidden. Both characters are hidden.
Oh.
I'll see if I can change that somehow in my D&D Beyond settings.
Alright, I can see the source I have. They have cannons based on how many pounds the cannonballs are. A swivel gun is like kind of like a ballista, I guess. How much damage does those ballista do? 3d10, so it's more than a ballista. Or smaller than a ballista. They have like the smallest baby cannon, 12-pounder cannon is 500 gold pieces. And that's, I don't know.
I still can't believe that D&D did not put that stuff in a list.
Of course they didn't, because if they did, then they wouldn't be able to sell another book later on that focuses on seafaring.
But they sold a book that focused on seafaring, and they didn't even put the seafaring stuff in it.
Okay, you got me. Sean, can you see my character now? Can you access it? Okay.
Oh, look. I found the prices for siege engines in Pathfinder, which is close.
What do they have prices as?
They have a ballista as 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
That's 3d8 damage. Ballista on a war ship in normal D&D is 3d10 damage. If we're using that standard ballista.
I'm okay with the 3d10 damage. And 500 sounds good.
Maybe make it like 650 or 700 gold pieces or something.
And we'll just say 500 gold pieces for one.
Nice round number.
And then, yeah, I don't think we can do cannons. They're too heavy, too big. The ship's too small.
Preston, did you want to play us out?
Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry.
Anybody got anything to oh shit, does anybody have anything they want to plug before Preston plays us out?
Nope, I just want to say thank you, Rob. That's always fun.
Yeah. And like I said, we won't play in 2 weeks. Play on the 17th of March. Hopefully nobody forgets anything by then.
What will I do with myself? I don't know.
I know. Poor Preston.
Yeah, so next D&D will be the 10th for Fandover, and then the 17th for Saltmarsh.
Yeah. And that could possibly change if I can get the plumber back out here but I'm planning on not getting the plumber back out here for 2 weeks. we got to stay somewhere.
Safe bet.
Yeah. So, and who knows, maybe I just need a little time to plan some shit anyway, because I got some good stuff's coming in Fandelver. And
The cast at Pixelated Paranormal would like to thank you for
On a side
listening
note,
to
Rob,
this
if
week's
you're
episode.
interested, I made a
Pixelated
void
Paranormal
character.
is here to tell you tales of the
okay.
fantastical,
If you
the
want to
strange,
check and see.
the
It doesn't have
unknown,
to be that level or
tales that
anything
will
like
move
but that's
you
kind of the
a
way I
little
viewed
further
it, was
down
as
the paranormal highway.
an artificer.
If you'd like to share your own listener
Yeah, 'cause
story,
that's what we
we
had
would
said.
love to hear it. Email us at pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. Again,
All right,
that's
everybody, have a good evening.
pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. We'd really love to hear from you. Again, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.
oh, the sea ghost man.
Or if it's in the module, I might be able to find it.
Yeah, it's in the module. I tried to go to Fandelver and below for the map.